Barely 1 month after he emerged as the national chairman of the ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP, in a divine circumstance that beat even his own imagination, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, OFR, his wife, Lady Florence Ogbulafor, and indeed their entire family members had cause to celebrate in a big way. This was not for the victory of Prince Vincent Ogbulafor at the PDP convention, but a far more important landmark in the life of any parent, the marriage of one's child. His son may be an accountant who manages one of the arms of his business, and beautiful Amara Ekweribe, daughter of Barrister and Mrs. Ekweribe of Umuahia in Abia State, got married in Umuahia. The bride and groom will live to thank their stars forever for the most auspicious timing of their wedding coming, as it did at the time when the status and profile of the groom's father, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, as the national chairman of the ruling People's Democratic Party, PDP, has been raised to the top echelon of decision-making as far as the entire country is concerned. This factor, which cannot be ignored, coupled with the goodwill of both parents, resulted in a huge attendance of those that matter in virtually all sectors of life: government functionaries, the academia, the business community, the corporate world, past and present public office holders, and above all, politicians, interestingly from all the major political parties in the country today. This in itself is an eloquent testimony to the fact that the new PDP chairman, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, is a great bridge builder who has the political sagacity and capacity to breathe a new lease of life into the atmosphere currently prevalent in the PDP. The traditional wedding between Bibi and Amara Ogbulafor, which was the first leg of the three-tier marriage formalities, got underway with the arrival of guests from both families and other well-wishers from far and near. The chairman's address alluded to the fact that the new status of the groom's father, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, had helped to elevate the profile of the wedding, which had earlier been planned to be a low-key affair. While thanking God for this happy development, he enjoined the couple to do their best to complement this new status by being worthy in their character. The breaking of the kola nut followed immediately after. In what looks like a new innovation in these matters, the beautiful bride Amara, armed with a perfume and white handkerchief, went around the arena greeting guests, on whom she sprayed the perfume. The guests also reciprocated by giving her some monetary gifts. The handsome groom and his friends also took their turns to go round the arena to greet guests from one table to the other. It was now time for the bride to receive special blessings from her father, who prayed for her. Continuing with the marriage formalities, the bride, with a cup filled with palm wine, was on her feet again. This time she goes round the arena in search of her husband, who must take from the drink. She finally finds him, gives him some drink, and gets a cash gift from him. They both dance towards the bride's parents for blessings. The event was then rounded off with dancing and general merrymaking as both families displayed their happiness at the successful outcome of proceedings.
This wedding has been planned before my brother emerged as PDP chairman. So when we are trying to plan it in a small way, you can see the mammoth crowd that is here today. God came to answer our prayers, and everybody that is affiliated with the party is here today to celebrate with us. That's my little nephew. I wish him well.
The man and the woman, they are young. My advice is that they should take it easy. There is no actual stereotype in marriage. You learn, it's a learning process. When you fall, you rise. But let love be the driving force. It's only love that can lift you up when you fall in marriage. Only love can heal the hurt done to each other. Only love can cement it and eventually crown it a successful marriage.
The next port of call for the couple was the family house of the Ogbulafors, where they were happily received with a lot of dancing and drumming. The bride was prayed for and formally handed over to her father-in-law, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, by the head of the family and a professor emeritus. The grandmother of the groom, who was obviously the happiest person, welcomed the couple with special prayers as other guests joined in. That the wedding coincided with the birthday of the groom's mother, Lady Florence Ogbulafor, made it even more special, and a birthday cake was cut by the celebrant to mark the event. The church service to mark the formal solemnization of the holy matrimony between Amara and Bibi Ogbulafor took place at the Mater Dei Cathedral Catholic Church, Umuahia, the Abia state capital. Dignitaries that attended the church service transcended virtually all political divides of the polity. Apart from members of the PDP like Dr. Alex Ekweme, Chief Jim Nwobodo, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwu, former Senate President Adolphus Nwabara, and PDP governors from Delta, Ekiti, Kwara, Rivers, Benue, Bayelsa, Enugu, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, the Governor-elect of Abia State, Chief Onyema Ugochukwu, and wife. The governors of Imo and Abia states, who belong to the People's Progressive Alliance (PPA), were also in attendance at the church service. This clearly shows that the new PDP chairman, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, the father of the groom's goodwill, cuts across party lines. This is also a glaring evidence that politicians are at peace among one another, contrary to the erroneous impression given in some quarters of the bad blood among them. The highest ranking person at the service was the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, who had to factor in the event even though he had to embark on a trip overseas that day. The procession of officiating ministers, the couple and their parents amid glorious songs by the choir and the congregation helped to set the scene for the service. The Ogbulafor brothers, Uchenna and Chigozie, and an auntie of the groom, read the Bible lessons at the service. In his sermon at the service, the Catholic Bishop of Umuahia Diocese, the Most Reverend Dr. Lucius Iwejuru Ugoji, admonished the couple to conduct their affairs in the way of the Lord and always draw inspiration from the success of their own parents. The clergyman asked the couple to perform the Yes I Do oath, following which the groom unveiled the face of his wife. They exchanged rings. Then they were blessed by Reverend Dr. Ugoji before he formally presented them to the public. With joy in their hearts, the couple, their parents, and other family members and friends took part in a special Thanksgiving. The Holy Communion was also served on some people at the service. In his vote of thanks at the service, Prince Vincent Ogbulafor, the father of the groom, thanked all those who made the wedding of his son a thing he would remember all his life. From the Vice President to the governors, ministers, members of the National Assembly, and indeed the ordinary citizens of Olokoro, Umuahia, for their great show of love. The Executive Governor of Enugu State, Mr. Sullivan Chime, announced the donation of 5 million naira in support of the construction of the church building. In his remarks at the service, Vice President Goodluck Jonathan was full of praises for all the dignitaries who came out en masse to support the groom's parents at the wedding of his son. Dr. Goodluck Jonathan particularly urged more support for the new PDP chairman by his people in the southeast so that his tenure will be very successful. He ended by advising the couple to try to live together as one. The signing of the marriage register by the couple in the presence of their parents and other witnesses signaled the end of the service.
The father of the groom has said it all. He said that he wishes his son and his new daughter-in-law to live together the way he and the boy's mother have lived together and is happily and they should love each other and that he will produce children the way he and his wife produce them. So that's my wish for him. I want to congratulate them and congratulate their parents. My advice to the couple is that they should not entertain any third-party advice in all their dealings. They should love themselves. They should love themselves, even till death do them part. That's my simple advice to them.
They should be their own advisors. They should not depend on other people to advise them. Yes, they should listen, but they should be their own advisors and also listen more to God.
No, well, just to advise them to be good couple among themselves, husband and wife. Let them look after themselves and hold on to God for a successful marriage. I wish Obinna and Mara a wonderful marriage, a fantastic period of happiness together, a lot of children, prosperity and peace.
There was photo and video session outside the church premises with the couple.
You see, true love, she used to leave here before, but I done messed up and threw her out the door. Now I don't feel irate like I used to before. All the things we used to say, all the way we used to say how.
The reception, which took place at Abia Hotels on Fimbers Road, Umuahia, witnessed the attendance of more guests, especially all those who couldn't attend the church service. These included members of the PDP National Working Committee, the Governor of Ebonyi State, his wife and deputy, and Governor Namadi Sambo of Kaduna State, members of the National Assembly, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, Governor Central Bank of Nigeria, former Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abubakar Rimi, former Governor of Zamfara State, Alhaji Sani Yarima, as well as Governor Bukola Saraki, Chairman of Governors Forum, and other governors who attended the earlier event. President Yaradua was represented by the Honorable Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Alhaji Tanko Kaura, while House Leader Honorable Tunde Akogun represented the Speaker of the House of Representatives. As to be expected, the event was more of a political gathering and the atmosphere was carnival-like, and there was a lot of joy in the air. The glamorous entry of the bride and groom, led by the groomsmen, bridesmaids and the bridal train, pumped up the level of excitement at the wedding. With their well-choreographed dancing skills, which must have gone through months of rehearsals, the couple held the audience spellbound as they received wild cheers from every corner of the arena. Opening prayer was rendered by Governor Gabriel Soswam of Benue State. For the presentation of the kola nut, the groom, Bibi, took the kola nuts to the chairman of the occasion, Prince Oke Nwadinobi, who performed the breaking formalities, after which the kola nut was given to some people. In his remarks, the chairman of the occasion, Prince Oke Nwadinobi, advised the couple to continue to make the exemplary lives of their parents a benchmark, above which they should excel and below which they should not fall. The cutting of the wedding cake followed almost immediately. The bride and the groom had the special privilege of being surrounded by the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Governor Namadi Sambo of Kaduna State, Governor-elect of Abia State, Chief Ugochukwu and his wife, Senator Emel Kaite, among others, while Professor Chukuma Solodo, CBN governor, conducted the exercise. In their various comments, all the observers praised the oneness of purpose the couple displayed in cutting the cake, which gives a peep into how they will handle their affairs in future. The wedding ceremony ended with a bridal dance as Bibi and Amara hit the dance floor again. Here are the impressions from a cross-section of the audience about the Ogbulafor Ekwerebe wedding extravaganza, which is bound to dominate discussions in these parts for a long time to come.
My advice is that marriage is something that should keep people together for life. So they have to be patient with each other and try to understand each other and appreciate one's problems. They may have problems from time to time, but if they understand each other and they are patient, they will have a very good relationship.
They have to tolerate themselves, they have to understand themselves, they have to help themselves, they have to make sure they know each other's likes and dislikes. But above all, I pray for them. They will have a long, happy married life with children. They will see prosperity.